What a great pleasure it is to welcome Stephen van Niekerk, who's the executive head of Momentum Myriad, to What's Next. And of course, Momentum doing some very exciting stuff on the life side. Momentum Life Insurance launched an industry-first competitive discount mechanism called LifeReturns. And it really features digital screening, and that innovation facilitates enhanced and streamlined underwriting while delivering more discounts to clients for less. So really unpacking incredible amounts of technology. So Stephen, firstly, welcome to you. How are you doing?
Thank you, Aki. Very good, thank you, and very good to and excited to share the story with your crowd out there.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited about it because, of course, today, technology is being applied to everything around us and streamlining all sorts of processes. And of course, the insurance industry is no stranger. Now, you at Momentum have launched this LifeReturns proposition recently. What exactly is LifeReturns? If I had to meet you in the lift at Momentum and you're telling me about LifeReturns, how would you explain this?
So, LifeReturns is a new generation discount mechanism that we now use to more accurately price life insurance premiums for our clients. And what's really cool about it is it now uses this screening technology that we'll talk about a bit later on, that's enabled by the smartphone, this device that we're all so familiar with and use every day for everything. And it then accurately measures and rates life insurance risk factors such as blood pressure. Based on these screening results, we can then provide you as a client with an immediate discount on your life insurance premium. So it's really quick, it's easy to use, and it's very similar to just taking a short selfie video.
Okay, Stephen, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I'm sure there's a lot more technology that's happening in the background that clients, don't see, in the invisible stuff and the AI and all that sort of stuff. But what kind of benefits can clients expect to receive from using the LifeReturns screening? Of course, the immediate discounts are there, as you mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah, so in addition to the immediate discounts, our healthier clients, because we're gathering this information from them, they might not have to do any additional medical tests to qualify for the insurance because we've already gathered this information. And in addition, clients are able to do an annual reassessment screening. So in effect, we actually giving clients an annual free health checkup with this technology. They can keep a track on their vitals, have a look at their blood pressure. So we really think there's value add from a client perspective, in addition to giving them a better deal on their insurance.
Okay, so this is getting very, very interesting. I'm intrigued to see how you get to that insurance premium, but it sounds so easy, and I guess that for me is as a potential client is what really I find very attractive. So, how does LifeReturns make it easier to earn these discounts? You've got the wellness programs that are currently available in the market. How do you guys do it?
So I think current wellness programs, they're really the mechanism to sort of fine-tune premiums, but we believe that they've become quite complex, and we've played that sort of game ourselves. You have to do daily activities. You might need to go for regular assessments with a biokineticist. You might need to go to the clicks for medical tests. And often you also have to pay a premium for these programs. So it makes accessibility a little bit more difficult, where with LifeReturns, it really comes at no additional costs, and we think we've really simplified this. So by just using your smartphone, you get access to whatever you need to get from a discounted premium. So never whatever you want in terms of maintaining your health, we'll only ask you to do a quick self screening once a year to keep this discount. And really, we think it will take you about anything between 3 to 10 minutes to complete this. So really, a big play on making it easier and making it more accessible to more clients. Clients, might not also want to buy all their insurance products from one provider. And often wellness programs require you to buy multiple products to maximize your value. With LifeReturns, it really is simple, more accessible to all, and using great technology.
So Stephen, let's go deeper into this technology. I was reading about it, and you use this what you call PPG technology to gather this information from the smartphone, and it's pretty accurate health data that you get from your clients. How does this technology work? What does this technology exactly do?
So you're right, Aki. It's called PPG. It actually stands for photoplethysmography, a very long word. And actually, the technology has been around for years. If you go into hospital or they need to monitor your oxygen levels, for example, they'll put a monitor onto your finger, and by analyzing the light that gets reflected, it measures vitals, for example, like your heart rate and oxygen levels. But now this technology has gotten so much better. It's now able to measure the light and the changes in light that gets reflected from your skin by using mobile technology, and that's really where it's fantastic. So really, light from the surrounding environment penetrates the skin. It reaches the blood vessels. The blood absorbs some of the light, and while the rest is either scattered or reflected back, in essence. So the amount of light really depends on the volume of the blood in the vessels. So the higher volume of blood passing through the vessels, the more light gets absorbed. So by really observing the changes in the light reflected back to the camera, we can estimate how the volume of blood changes. So this information is all fed into a very advanced set of algorithms, and then you can estimate vitals, for example, blood pressure. So really, that is how this technology worked. It is not technology we developed ourselves. We've partnered with a international partner that's really on the cutting edge of this technology.
Well, I mean, I love this stuff because, at the end of the day, it's the invisible stuff that happens in the background that you don't see as a customer that's giving you this accurate reading that helps you and your health and gives you the opportunity to be able to quote me and give me really good life insurance premiums based on what you can tell. And all of this through a smartphone. You mentioned the algorithms, and I imagine there's lots of AI and artificial intelligence happening in the background, and there's machine learning that's also happening that gives you that reading and helps you give me the best possible premium and experience with LifeReturns, right?
Exactly. So we're obviously using technology and lots of AI. AI is used in various parts of it. It's firstly, the process to describe that light change is complex, and analyzing the sort of the changes in the color of the skin, and that heavily relies on AI. We also use AI to make sure that the individual that does the screening is actually the person that's applying for life insurance and actually is a person that's alive. So we do some liveliness checks. We actually analyze the image of the person or the selfie, and we compare it to Home Affairs records. So all sort of benefits in this process. And with reassessments, initially it's not required, but with reassessments, we'll also be launching our sort of world first fitness assessment that clients can actually do by using their mobile device in the comfort of their own home. So that'll be a first for us. The process of doing a fitness assessment now, you have to pitch up in front of someone who does this every day and be analyzed and almost judged by that. We think mobile technology will even make that so much easier and simpler for our clients. And then lastly, we've also, I spoke about the process and accessibility. We introduced what we call fast track underwriting, where we're using some of the AI technology and also big data to predict which clients or healthier lives, as I said earlier, can be accepted without additional medical tests or underwriting, and that's really a big win for us.
Wow. It's mind blowing what you guys are doing with this technology, and how it's simplifying so many processes. You think about how it was done before, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when you had to go for life insurance, what you had to go through just to get a premium and to get approved. Now, knowing more about your client is helping you now determine better discounts and an accurate premium. And I guess that through the metrics that you're picking up, you're even getting an even better accurate assessment of what my health is like.
Yeah, Aki, and what's important is that we find that international research tells us that clients are very willing to share information in return for a better premium. So that sets us up for success. But typically the underwriting process is one that evaluates you and decide and sort of determines whether you should be paying the standard rate or perhaps a higher rate if you're less healthy. And they obviously look at different criteria. But what we do with LifeReturns is to evaluate additional factors and information you share with us, to actually allow us to give you a discount. So in this screening process, as you mentioned, we get more information about a client, we get a better understanding of the risk, and that's our opportunity to reduce the premiums in a way that's simple, and give certainty at point of sale, mostly through our advisors.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Stephen, you mentioned earlier when you verify who that person is, I mean, obviously you've got to counter fraud and people getting a fit person to do the test to get a better premium. And you mentioned that the PPG technology not only reads the signals from a person's skin. What I'm asking here is, how do you verify that's the correct person? Now, you did touch on earlier that you take a selfie image and you compare it with what's on Home Affairs. Are those is that how you verify who the person is?
You're correct, Aki. I mean, with digital processes, we're all trying to make things simpler and easier. But with that, we obviously introduce a higher risk of fraud, and to protect the integrity of these processes, we also once again make use of technology and AI to make sure that person is in fact a person screening, and often that is a drawback with wearable devices. It's difficult to know whether the wearable device was actually worn by a specific person. But what we do is, because of the beauty of a mobile technology, we can actually firstly make sure that someone is alive and it's not it's an image of perhaps a static image. So we have technology to evaluate that you're alive. We actually ask a person to move their face around and move forward and backwards. And then we also want to make sure that the person we are screening is actually the person applying for the insurance. And there we utilize technology and a direct link with Home Affairs to compare the image. So that's really worked well for us, and actually also sets us up that, in addition to just protecting us against fraud, it also gets some of the other paperwork out of the way. So we eliminate the need for ID verification. Once again, getting that data from a client directly streamlines the process significantly.
Well, look, all of this translates into massive cost savings for you as a business. And I imagine that LifeReturns really touches on that, because you talk about streamlining a process. I mean, this is an amazing way of streamlining this entire process of getting life insurance. It's good for your business. It's good for the client, because it makes everybody's lives a lot easier. Is this where insurance is going? I mean, how is this evolving, and how is this helping you as a business?
Yeah, I mean, Aki, I've seen some of the other videos on your platform, and often insurers speak about this race to making things simpler and more digitized, and that is how we see things too. It's internationally, insurers are also in a race to simplify the application process and underwriting, and I mean, it's going to be a balancing act between keeping things affordable and making it too easy or meaningless. So the integrity of data is supremely important, as it forms the basis of the pricing. And healthier clients can get fast track underwriting, where we don't ask for any additional medicals or blood tests. We also use big data. Familiar with this concept? Big data through some aggregators in our South African industry. So you might not know this, but we actually get access to medical claims information and pharmaceutical data from our applicants. So we all use this to supplement the information we have to streamline the process. So yes, the race is on to make the insurance process simpler, faster, and more digitized for our clients and our advisors.
Now, do you provide an online option of what we're talking to you about, where, say, for me, for example, as a client, I can go and apply for cover and have it issued without going through an advisor? Is that available for me to do?
At the moment, no. We don't currently have an option like that. Where cover can be applied for and issued without any human intervention. We strongly support intermediated or advice-based sales based on some sort of financial advice by a financial advisor. And we believe insurance is a fairly complex field. And we believe clients are almost always better off when having some sort of discussion with a financial advisor first.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's fair. And I guess that will change in time, possibly, as you understand the platform and how it works. So if most of your clients, you talk about this fast track and you can get insured like kind of immediately, what kind of percentage of your clients will typically qualify for the fast track underwriting that doesn't really require additional underwriting and the blood tests and that kind of stuff that you would have to include in your profile? Have you done any calculation on what your clients look like?
So Aki, yes, I mean, we expect about 40% of our younger, healthier clients to qualify for fast track, and this obviously will make the experience for them so much better and faster. For these clients, the cover can actually be issued as soon as that application is received digitally. We have digital processes in place for advisors, but when that application hits our system, it gets issued immediately. And I mention this specifically because we allow for paper-based applications processes, and some advisors still prefer that. But actually, advisors are able to complete the whole process digitally without having to complete a single application form or even get a wet signature. So literally the whole process can be completed digitally.
So I guess it's almost like a digital signature, right? If you consent to something and you say, I agree with the terms and conditions, you're good to go. This is exciting, Stephen. When you look at the future plans that you guys have got with LifeReturns, I imagine that this is just the start of this journey, because if you've been able to do this with life insurance, I'm pretty sure that there are other complementary services that are going to be joining your LifeReturns strategy.
Yes, for sure. So from next year, we'll introduce our clients to our mobile digital fitness assessment. That'll really allow our clients to estimate their fitness in the comfort of their own home. We know the importance of cardiovascular health. So this technology will allow us to approximate VO2 max as a measure for fitness. And we're also expecting significant developments from our partner in terms of the PPG technology. So as of today, we're able to measure blood pressure accurately, but in the roadmap for the future, we have blood sugar. Blood sugar as a metric that we can measure, and in South Africa, 30% of South Africans actually suffer from an impaired blood sugar levels, and 1 out of 10 South Africans actually diabetic. So we believe by adding this as another tool for our clients to firstly understand more about them, but also to add value into their life, we believe will make a significant difference. So all in a less invasive way. For you to do that right now is having to go for a blood test. So we think, how many lives can we save if our clients on a regular basis can have access to technology where they can measure their blood pressure and their blood sugar, and who knows what else to come in future, all through technology and not having to go for a medical or a blood test. So exciting times.
It certainly is, and I also guess that the more data you put in, the more accurate the results come as well, because this technology is obviously learning continually in the background, where you talked about the machine learning that's been applied through the algorithms, etc. So it's getting more accurate as you input more information into it.
Exactly. So at the moment, this partner of ours is applying for FDA approval in America as well. So as part of that, you can imagine the numbers, the vast number of data points you need to have and testing that needs to be done. So models continuously improve. In fact, the technology that we rolled out towards the end of last year, pretty much on a monthly basis, we receive new updates from them and saying, well, we've refined, we've had more data, add the next level to your process and to your LifeReturns proposition. So we think there's a long road ahead for us in enhancements and future innovations in LifeReturns, and we're very excited that it'll add value to our clients and our financial advisors.
Wow, technology just doesn't stop getting me excited. Stephen van Niekerk, who's the executive head of Momentum Myriad, we're going to follow this journey that Momentum is on at the moment, because this is where the world is going. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it benefits you as a business. It benefits me as a customer, because it makes my life a lot easier. And I'm going to be watching this journey very, very closely. Exciting stuff. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us on What's Next.
Thank you, Aki. Thanks. Goodbye.